Look at you, scrolling through your streaming menus for an entire hour, realizing that looking for a show is actually taking longer than watching one. Stop doing that to yourself. Welcome to Chimichanga Cinema. Today, I am saving your weekend. I have dug through the endless pile of 2026 releases to bring you the top 5 brand new shows that are actually worth your precious time. No spoilers, just the heavy-hitting details. Hit that subscribe button, grab your snacks, and let's get into it. Kicking off our list is a massive, heavy-hitting release from Netflix. If you are craving thick, snow-covered Nordic noir, this is your absolute jam. We are talking about the highly anticipated adaptation of the Harry Hole detective novels. Set in the freezing, gritty streets of Oslo, the show follows Harry, an incredibly problematic homicide detective played by Tobias Santelman. Harry is the classic broken cop. He drinks way too much, ignores all the rules, and constantly pisses off his bosses. But he has an absolute genius-level instinct for hunting psychopaths. The first season adapts the novel The Devil's Star, putting our guy in a brutal two-front war. On the outside, he is hunting a theatrical serial killer terrorizing the capital. On the inside, he is dealing with a massive conspiracy led by his own corrupt colleague, Tom Voller, played brilliantly by Joel Kinnaman. A quick warning though, this is not a fast-paced Hollywood action movie. It is a slow-burn, 9-episode psychological thriller that takes its time exploring the dark, messy minds of its characters. Visually, it is a masterpiece of dark shadows contrasting with pristine Norwegian snow. If you love morally gray characters and deep, suffocating mysteries, buckle up. Let's thaw out from the Norwegian snow and dive straight into the absolute chaotic mess of an elite college campus. Number 2 on our list is Vladimir, a dark academic dramedy based on the hit novel by Julia May Jonas. This is a show about a midlife crisis where the characters consciously choose to do the most unhinged things possible. Rachel Weisz stars as a 50-year-old literature professor who seemingly has her entire life perfectly put together. That is, until her husband's career is completely annihilated by a massive public scandal. Instead of trying to save her marriage or her reputation, she completely loses her mind and becomes obsessively infatuated with a young new colleague named Vladimir, played by Leo Woodall from The White Lotus. The best part about this show is the storytelling format. Rachel Weisz's character constantly breaks the fourth wall. She stares dead into the camera lens and dumps her most toxic, shameful thoughts directly onto us, making us entirely complicit in her terrible decisions. The dialogue is incredibly sharp, mocking modern academic culture, but be warned, the secondhand embarrassment is off the charts. You will literally physically cringe watching a smart woman tear her own life apart piece by piece. It's a beautifully toxic train wreck. If academic drama isn't giving you enough anxiety, let's switch to pure, unadulterated nightmare fuel. Number 3 is a brand new original horror series from Netflix called Something Very Bad Is Going to Happen. Executive produced by the Duffer Brothers of Stranger Things fame and helmed by Haley Boston, this show builds a suffocating, sticky sense of dread from the very first frame. The setup sounds completely normal. A young couple, Rachel and Nikki, travel to his parents' isolated, snowy cabin in the woods exactly 1 week before their wedding. But things immediately take a hard left turn into Crazy Town. The groom's family is incredibly strange, led by a terrifyingly unpredictable mother played by Jennifer Jason Leigh. As the wedding day approaches, the surreal horror ramps up. Creepy locals stare at them in bars, someone starts leaving notes written in actual blood demanding they cancel the ceremony, and the groom's sister casually tells campfire stories about a supernatural entity that literally feeds on the fear of brides. It plays out like a hyper-paranoid survival quest that weaponizes the universal fear of meeting your in-laws. While the pacing is a bit slow and the creepy cabin trope is familiar, the visual direction is absolutely gorgeous. Lock your doors before watching this one. Let's step out of the haunted woods and into the sun-drenched, gorgeous landscapes of Montana. Coming in at number 4 is The Madison, the highly anticipated new project from Taylor Sheridan, the guy who created Yellowstone. But stop right there. Erase all thoughts of rugged cowboys having shootouts. This series is completely different. It is modern, deeply poetic, and emotionally heavy. The story follows the wealthy Clyburn family from New York, who suffer a devastating personal tragedy and decide to escape the concrete jungle for the absolute middle of nowhere. The show features a legendary cast, with Michelle Pfeiffer and Kurt Russell playing a mature couple desperately trying to glue the shattered pieces of their lives back together. Pfeiffer's character quickly learns that her big city status means absolutely nothing in the wild, leading to a brilliant clash between New York ego and rural reality. The audience reaction to this show has been wildly divided. Some critics are angry because there aren't any massive action scenes, calling it a retirement cruise. But fans are absolutely loving the smart, mature dialogue and the stunning cinematography of Autumn in Montana. It isn't an action movie, it's a beautiful, therapeutic look at processing grief. Closing out our top 5, we are trading sunlit mountains for the cold, neon lights of the city morgue. Amazon Prime finally delivered Scarpetta, the long-awaited adaptation of the famous Patricia Cornwell novels. If you love old-school, gritty police procedurals where crimes are solved under a microscope, this is your holy grail. The cast alone is worth the click. Nicole Kidman plays the brilliant medical examiner Kay Scarpetta, and Jamie Lee Curtis plays her sister Dorothy. The story brilliantly jumps between two timelines. In 1998, a young Kay investigates a series of brutal murders. Then, we jump 28 years into the future to find a seasoned Scarpetta facing a new body on her autopsy table with the exact same terrifying signature. Did the killer return, or is it a copycat? Alongside the murder mystery, we get heavy family drama and a toxic rivalry between the two sisters. They are backed up by Bobby Cannavale as a gritty detective and Simon Baker as an FBI profiler. Some critics have called it elite trash because the tone violently shifts between a dark Silence of the Lambs vibe and a cheesy 2000s TV drama. But honestly, the incredible chemistry between Kidman and Curtis makes this an absolutely irresistible, highly bingeable mystery. And there you have it, you beautiful couch potatoes. 5 brand new, completely binge-worthy shows to save you from the endless scrolling doom. Which of these shows are you adding to your watch list right now? Drop down into the comments and let me know. I read everything, and I'm always ready to argue. Now, listen to me. If you are tired of wasting your entire Friday night trying to find something good to watch, you need to hit that subscribe button right now. When you join Chimichanga Cinema, you are getting brutally honest recommendations that actually respect your intelligence and your time. No generic garbage, no boring reviews, just pure cinematic gold. And trust me, you do not want to miss what we have coming up. Next week, we are diving into the darkest, most mind-bending sci-fi movies that will literally break your brain. Plus, a massive breakdown of the absolute worst movies of the year that you need to avoid at all costs. If this video saved your weekend, smash that like button, ring that notification bell so you don't miss our next drop, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.